Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Maddie if you're new, and I know some of you probably aren't coming back to my channel, so I shouldn't say welcome back to my channel, but I do anyway. But today I'm going to do a story time video for you guys, but it's going to be like two story times put into one. They're both kind of like short, crazy things that happened to me, but yeah, I'm going to just tell them to you really quick. I have to leave for school in like 25 minutes, and I was going to film and upload this video like all before I went to school, but then I like got this urge inside of me to deep clean my car, and it ended up taking me almost 2 hours. So that's where I'm at with that. And earlier when I was setting up to film, I know the lighting is always weird. I used to have this really cool lighting that I could film like in my room at night. Whenever the hell I wanted to freaking film, I could film, but it's not working right now. So I have to try to film outside, and the lighting gets weird, and I'm sorry. I really am. I hope that it's like not too bad. It's gonna be my nail salon horror story, and like this isn't like my nail salon did anything wrong. I still go to this nail salon. I still love this nail salon, but there was one crazy ass bitch inside this nail salon. Let me just tell you about it real quick, okay? So I go, and usually when I go to the nail salon, I just get my nails done because I have acrylics. It's time for me to go to the nail salon, but I usually don't get a pedicure unless like my feet are just like really messed up because I went to a rave or like something like that happened, and I just like need a pedicure, because usually I'll just like paint my own toes. But today I was getting a pedicure. I don't know if I got my nails done as well, but I went in there, I was getting my pedicure. I was pretty much done. I was just letting my nails dry, and I was reading my book, and so I didn't have like a lady in front of me anymore. And how the nail salon was set up is like, here's one side and here's another side, both with 3 chairs, and I was at the very end of this side, and then 2 girls, one of them was extremely pregnant. That is a little bit relevant to the story. Like I'm not saying anything was wrong with that. I'm just like telling you. She was like ready to have her baby tomorrow. Her and her friend are sitting down here. Her friend's like toes are not finished yet, and hers are, so she's like sitting on a chair next to her friend, but she's not getting her toes done anymore. And so those 2 are sitting at the very far end of this side. I'm sorry if this like doesn't make sense. But, so I'm sitting on this side, these 2 ladies are sitting down here, and then another lady comes and she's sitting right here. So me and her are sitting right in front of each other. And she starts getting her toes done. So I'm going to name the crazy lady. Her name's going to be Jessica. I literally don't know what her name is. I didn't talk to her or anything. I was just observing. And then we're going to call the other lady Ashley. So we have Jessica, the crazy lady, down here, and Ashley and her friend on the other side, at the other end of the same side. So I can look at both of them from me. None of them are next to me. And the 2 ladies at the end, Ashley and her friend, are just like talking, having conversation. They're kind of talking about like their friend being overweight. They're kind of just like having girl talk, you know, like you go to the nail salon, you bring your friend, you just like talk about shit, whatever you want to talk about. And this lady, Jessica, is down here by herself, and she's either on her phone or like reading a book, and her nail salon lady has come and is like sitting in front of her and is starting to do her toes, and she's kind of just like mumbling under her breath about how she gets she's like, I should have brought headphones, this is so unpeaceful, blah 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 blah, kind of like hinting towards the fact that Ashley and her friend are annoying her by like talking, which it's like, you cannot get mad at someone for talking to someone else in the nail salon. Like they were not being like extremely loud, they weren't yelling, they weren't talking about happy things, but like they weren't talking about that sad of things either. Let's just say I was like 100% not bothered by what they were doing, but like this girl's starting to kind of like hint towards that she's like bothered about something, but she didn't really say what it was. And she's pretty much just like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot my headphones and all this stuff. And I'm watching her now because she's sitting right across from me, and like she keeps like making all these comments under her breath, but like Ashley and her friend had no idea. Like they didn't hear her, they were not paying attention to her, nothing. And so this lady's sitting there and she just like looks like she's getting more and more and more irritated. And I am telling you, like, these girls were not doing anything wrong. Like if I went to the nail salon with one of my friends, we would be sitting there just like talking, you know? And all of a sudden, no warning, no, could you guys please like stop talking, it bothers me, or could you guys like talk a little quieter? Nothing. No warning at all. None. She just screams at them at the top of her lungs, and she's like, could you guys please just shut the fuck up? And like screams it. She didn't say it like I just did, but I don't want to scream. And she just like yells at her, and everyone in the nail salon could hear her, and they just stop and they look at her. And one girl is like, Ashley, yeah, Ashley, the pregnant one, Ashley's the pregnant one, she's like, that was extremely uncalled for, which it was. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And this girl's like, well, I cannot stand when people have conversations next to me. It drives me absolutely insane. You guys are talking about such depressing things. This is supposed to be relaxing. I'm supposed to be enjoying my time at the nail salon, and you guys are completely ruining it for me because you're having a conversation next to me, and it drives me insane because I can't remember what she called it. I think it was drought, something like that. It's pretty much like PTSD, like something similar to that, because she was in the army, she was an active duty something. I can't remember. This happened a little while ago. She's like, that's what happens when you have this. I was active duty in the army, and I'm like, more power to you, girl. Like, that's fabulous. I'm so glad that you did that, but that does not give you any more of a right to like scream at someone in the nail salon with no warning, no like, you're really bothering me, I can't relax, it really like irritates me when people do that. None of that. You just screamed at them at the top of their lungs. Like, you don't get to do that. That's like not publicly okay. That's not how you act in public. That's just like not okay. And this girl is like, well, my husband is in the Marines right now, or army, whatever they were talking about. She's like, I'm about to have my third child all by myself. Like, we all have problems. Like, you don't just get to scream at people. That's so uncalled for. And they're like going back and forth. And the nail lady who's doing Jessica's toes, the crazy lady, she's kind of just like sitting there like, oh my god. She's like, I'm sorry. She's like looking at me. She's like, I'm sorry. And she keeps apologizing. And I'm like, girl, you're not doing nothing wrong. Like, this lady has lost her shit. And so Ashley and her friend, they finally get up and they were like, we are leaving, we don't want to be here anymore, and then they're going to leave. And this lady, Jessica, that's why I want to shoot people like you, literally pretty much tells her that she wants to shoot her, why she wants to kill her. Like, this is why I want to kill people like you, or people like you make me want to kill people, something like that, along those lines. Literally says that to her. She is now making it seem like this lady is in the wrong. She screams at her from across the nail salon. She's like, don't forget your mom shaming bag, or like something, calling her a bad mom now. Like, she's literally being so evil to this lady for like absolutely no reason. She didn't do anything wrong. Like, she's the one who flipped out on her for absolutely no reason. Like, it was ridiculous. And so this lady finally leaves, and I'm extremely uncomfortable now. I think everyone inside this nail salon is extremely uncomfortable, because it was just like, did that really just happen in front of me? Like, nothing led up to this outburst. This girl just freaked out. And so I get up, and I kind of just feel this like need inside of me to like say something to her, so she realizes that like she really is in the wrong, and she cannot go around doing that to people. Like, if you have those kind of problems, and this is another thing Ashley was said to her, she's like, you shouldn't be coming to nail salons if you have social problems. Like, it's okay that you do, and it's okay that those things happen to you, but you cannot go into public and scream at people for having a conversation next to you. Like, you can't. You need to figure out ways to overcome that without losing your shit on people. And so I just look at her and I was like, honestly, everyone has problems, but you really need to learn how to handle situations like that very differently, because that was not okay. And she starts screaming at me, but like, I didn't even stay there to listen to what you had to say. I just started walking away, and I said that because I felt like she needed to know that what she just did wasn't okay from an outside perspective. Like, obviously Ashley told her it wasn't okay, and like didn't think it was okay, but she needed to know that more than just her didn't think it was okay. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. I left the nail salon. I prayed to God I never saw that lady again, but it was just like so crazy. Like I left there and I was just like, holy shit, like if I was Ashley, I would have lost it on that girl. And she did. She like freaked out. But yeah, so that's pretty much my story about the crazy lady at the nail salon. And my next story, which I'm just going to jump right into it because that just took me 10 minutes, go Maddie, is when I was in like 8th grade, I think, and I pierced my own ears. Because, let me just tell you the story, okay? So, I have 3 piercings in my ear. I'm actually going to go get my 4th one done soon, but I have 3. At this time I only had 2 and I really wanted my 3rd one done. Like when I was younger, I wanted like my entire ear pierced all the way up, but I was at an age where like I had to have my mom come with me and get my ears pierced. And I told her I wanted to get my ears pierced for the 3rd time and she wouldn't let me. And it was probably my dad who wouldn't let me, honestly. And I was really mad because all my friends were going and getting their ears pierced for their 3rd time or 2nd time or whatever, but I wanted mine pierced for the 3rd time and I wasn't allowed to. And one of my friends had pierced her own ears and like told me about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pierce my own ears. So one day at home, when you like get your ears pierced, you get like a piercing earring, so the back of it is like extremely sharp because that's like what they use to pierce your ear. So I had one of those from like my 1st or my 2nd hole, I don't remember, at my house, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use this and I'll pierce my own ear. So I took an ice cube and I like numbed my ear, and then have you guys ever seen the movie The Parent Trap? I'm sorry, this sounds like setting right now. The Parent Trap, but like I pretty much did what they did in that movie when she pierced her ear, and then like put an apple behind it and I like stabbed it through. And it was like bleeding everywhere. One was like completely off-centered and not good, like in a way different place than this one. But I didn't care. Like my 3rd piercing was done. I had it. It was great. And then I got away with it for probably like 4 or 5 days. And then my hair was up at dinner. And my mom looked at me and she's like, when did you get a 3rd hole in your ear? And she's like, how did you do that? And asking me, and I was like, well, I pierced it myself because you wouldn't take me to go get it pierced because I was just a brat when I was in 8th grade. And she's like, oh my god, they look absolutely horrible. Like one is in a completely different place than the other one. And so she took me to Walmart. This is where I got it done, and she made me take mine out and go get them re-pierced so that they looked normal and not all messed up and probably gonna get infected because I was an idiot. But yeah, I pierced my own ears and I only got away with it for like 5 days, but then the wonderful mother that I have let me go and get it re-pierced so that they turned out good, and I still have the piercings if you can see that. But yeah, so I just thought that was a funny story about why you should not pierce your own ear. My 2nd hole, my friend, she had a piercing gun, and her mom pierced my 2nd hole for my ears. So 2 stories. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope that you guys are all having a wonderful day and that you'll subscribe and join my little family we've got going on here. And if you ever have any video requests, I love when people request videos for me to film. It gives me ideas. It makes me know that you guys like are enjoying what I'm filming and want to watch it. I know that everyone likes story times. Those are my favorite kind of videos. They're like just the best videos, but I'm gonna run out of them eventually. I have a nice long list on my phone, but it doesn't mean that they won't go away. I used to have a lot more of a crazy life than I do now. Not that many crazy things happen to me anymore. Are all doing fabulous, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!